Frederick Douglass attempted to escape slavery 2 times in his life. He coordinated the first attempt at escape with fellow slaves he was working with on the plantation he had been leased out to. This was a risk because most attempts at escape were thwarted by fellow slaves revealing the details of the planned escape to overseers and slave masters. However, this fear of betrayal was often overwhelmed by the deep feeling of camaraderie enslaved people shared with one another. Frederick walks us through their plan to escape, which hinged upon his ability to write a slave pass for the group. A slave pass was a written document which gave the possessor the ability to move freely without the presence of a slave master or a white overseer accompanying them. The typical slave pass would include the name of the slave who possessed it, the name of the slave master who wrote it out, and the destination the enslaved person was meant to travel to. Since the vast majority of the enslaved population was illiterate, these passes were typically not questioned once they were presented. Thus, Frederick Douglass's ability to read and write gave him an edge in his attempt to escape. On the day before the group was planning to flee, their intentions were exposed to the slave master. Each member of Frederick's group was interrogated by slave masters who desired them to confess that they planned to run away, but none of the men would admit to the accusations. Just as when Frederick's first attempt at literacy was thwarted and it grew his desire to learn, so too, in time, would this failed attempt at escape inspire him to break free of the bonds of slavery.